watching the Marcy Minute for Scorch Magazine. I am Marcy, the new editor-at-large for Scorch Magazine, and here today with me I have Illeanna from our Ask Illeanna column.
Hi.
I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, and we are going to answer some of your questions, so let's get to it.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Our question comes from Gina in Miami. I have been married for 2 years and have been with my husband for 6 years. I love him very much, but recently started having feelings for my assistant. I have pondered the idea of an affair. Is it okay to feel what I'm feeling? I have never had romantic feelings like this while being married. Well, Gina, I would say that definitely it is okay to feel what you are feeling. However, if you decide to take it to the next level, that is probably not okay. I think that as human beings, we have the tendency to start to feel a connection with other people, especially when you work with somebody so close in contact. Also, what do you have to lose? Is it something that you feel you were rushed into marriage? A lot of times we feel, I think, that we get comfortable in our relationships.
Yeah, like, it depends also, I think, on, did you marry the right person? Were you married too young? Did you get married for other reasons? Like, maybe sometimes people get married because they had a kid together, or, their parents said, oh, we know you guys are whatever, you guys need to get married. I think that's part of it. But there's something called the 80-20 rule, and that no matter what, no one person is going to satisfy 100% of your needs. So if you go looking for that 20%, you end up with 20%.
Right. Are you just searching for that extra 20%? And if so, then maybe you guys can sit down and have a conversation and find out how to meet halfway so that you can fill that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely something to think about, Gina, and definitely weigh very heavily the different pros and cons of each, doing it and not doing it.
Yes, very important. Our next question comes from Melissa in Los Angeles. I grew up in an area what some might call the ghetto or project, so drugs and alcohol were the norm. I recently found out my son has started smoking marijuana, and I reprimanded him. His response was, "You used to do it, so why can't I?" I had no idea what to respond and sent him to his room. I don't want my child doing drugs. What is the correct way to handle this situation? So, you say you grew up in a low income or the ghetto or projects, as someone call. I'm not sure if you meant drugs and alcohol were available more than they are in the suburbs.
They were available in the rich areas too.
They are available widely everywhere, and I don't think that it is the norms to do drugs and alcohol simply because you live in a low-income housing. But you are right, your child probably shouldn't be doing drugs. In the event that they do come back at you with that, well, you did it, why can't I? The point is, you cannot, you should not. And if they do, they probably shouldn't have the audacity to talk to you that way or let you know. Reprimanding him, I would say, is probably not the best way to handle it. I would probably just speak to him about it and let him know what can happen.
And part of it, I think, too, is that he is 15 years old. He lives in your house. There's no reason that you can't go to CVS, your local drugstore, and buy a $15 at-home drug test kit. I think that's a great way for parents to keep their kids under control, even though it may seem a little bit harsh. The test doesn't lie. So that's something I would do. It's not a punishment. It's just once a week you're going to do this test, and you get to go out on the weekend if you pass, and you don't if you don't.
I don't think there's an easy answer. I think that maybe you need to open up the communication level and maybe just talk to your son. Maybe that's what he needs. It's for you to just conversate with him and let him know that, no, you don't think it's okay.
Also, I think finding out through communicating, why are you doing it? Are you bored? Is it because your friends are doing it? Are you lonely? And often even smoking marijuana and those things can cause you to be bored and lonely and depressed. So I think finding out the reason and possibly just helping him through that.
You touched on a great point, and that was that drugs can make you have other reactions like depression and feeling lonely. And I think a lot of times you don't know what's causing it. Like it's a dual diagnosis type of situation where are you self-medicating on drugs because you're feeling this, or are you feeling this because of drugs? So maybe seeking a therapist might be another option for you. All right, Melissa, thank you. Hope we answered your question. Our next question comes from Shamiko in Brooklyn, and she writes, "You always sound so proud to be plus-sized in your articles and when you answer questions, which I think is great. But I am also plus-sized. I'm a size 24, and I do not feel that way. I try to dress nice and do my hair in different styles, but all I see is a fat girl with expensive clothing. How can I be more comfortable in my skin and love myself like you do?" Okay. I I think that loving yourself is a process. I can't say that I was always happy in my skin. Even when I was at my lightest, I did plus size modeling for years with agencies in New York and the United Kingdom and Los Angeles. And I think that at that point, I still didn't love my body the way that I do now. And I can't say I actually love my body. I'm comfortable in my skin. I think that a lot of times we need to look inside of us. Wouldn't you agree? To find what we value in ourselves.
Yeah. I think that you're more than just fat and you're more than just clothes. So you're about what you think, what you put into your body. So I know that when I eat Kentucky Fried Chicken for lunch, I feel like crap. And that helps me hate my body. So I feel better about myself, even if it's subconsciously, even if I don't leave Subway feeling like, oh, I love my body. You know what? I don't feel so bad about my body because I know that I did something good for it. It's the same thing with dressing. Like, you can wear something from Target, you can wear something, you know, whatever, from Nordstrom. But if you don't feel good, it doesn't matter how expensive it is.
The fact that you're size 24, honey, you can be a size 2 or a 4 and still not be comfortable in your skin. No matter what kind of Versace dress you have on, or like you said, Target. It has to do with your insides. You have to learn to love yourself and value yourself for whatever you have going on.
It is also, what am I doing to feel good about myself? Because we can say, oh, I'm chubby, or I feel bad about my weight this week. But if you're still eating the same things, you're eating unhealthy, you're not exercising, you're not, you know, emotionally doing, you know, things like talking to your friends or being social, you're going to feel like crap. If you aren't comfortable being a size 24, then try to do one little thing a day.
Even affirmations. I mean, in the morning, you are a wonderful person and you need to acknowledge that. So in the morning, even saying affirmations, every morning I know that I wake up and I say, you know, today I'm going to do such and such, which is positive, and I am a beautiful individual and I am going to respect myself and my body. But like you said, you have to respect yourself from the inside first in order for the beauty to come out. Okay, Shamika, thank you for your question.
Well, that was the Marcy Minute for Scorch Magazine with Illeanna. We're going to do this again.
We will.
This was fun.
It was lots of fun.
It's like The View.
It's the SKiew.
It's the SKiew.
I like the SKiew.
For Scorch Magazine.
Sounds good.
See you guys next time.